Good morning, students. In continuation of analytical chemistry, in this session, we are going to discuss about ion exchange chromatography. In this, we are going to discuss about the principle of ion exchange chromatography, types of ion exchange resins, basic requirements of useful resins. First, let us see the background of this ion exchange chromatography. This ion exchange chromatography was first reported by two British agricultural chemists, that is H. Thomson and J.T. Way, in 1850. After the work of Gans in 1930, natural and synthetic inorganic cation exchangers were used for softening of hard water. Later, modern ion exchange resins were first used by Adams and Ohms in 1935, in which large variety of synthetic resins have been developed. This technique has been developing since 19th century, which was firstly used for the purification of drinking water. Definition of this ion exchange chromatography. Ion exchange chromatography is a reversible process in which ions of a solid called as ion exchanger are exchanged for different ions of similar charge present in the solution. Ion exchange operation is mainly carried out in column packed with an ion exchanger. It involves the separation of ionizable molecules based on their total charge. This technique enables the separation of similar types of molecules that would be difficult to separate by other techniques, by other chromatographic techniques, because the charge carried by the molecules of interest can be readily manipulated by changing the buffer pH. In this chromatography technique, the columns are characterized, in which the columns used are characterized by the presence of charged group covalently attached to the stationary phase. See, anion exchanger contains bounded positive groups, whereas cation exchanger contains bounded negative groups. Coming to the principle of ion exchange chromatography. It is based on the reversible electrostatic interaction of ions with the separation matrix. That is, the separation occurs by reversible exchange of ions between the ions present in the solution. Solution means here the mixture of components which needs to be separated or dissolved in a suitable solvent, that is a solution here, and those present in the ion exchange resin. See, this technique, that is a ion exchange chromatography, relies on the attraction between oppositely charged stationary phase known as an ion exchanger and an analyte. Analyte is nothing but a mixture of components which are dissolved in a suitable solvent. The ion exchanger or resins consists of an insoluble organic polymer into which a charged group has been coupled or introduced covalently to positive or negative functional groups. See, in the anion exchanger, the positive group is coupled with the organic polymer. See carefully here, the positive groups are coupled to the organic polymer in anion exchangers. In case of cation exchangers, negative functional groups are coupled with the organic polymer. To these covalently bound functional groups, oppositely charged ions are bound. These are called as mobile counter ions. These ions will be exchanged with like charge ions in the sample, having charge magnitude more than that of the ions bounded to the matrix. The charge of the sample is more than that of the matrix, ions which are bounded to the matrix. Thus, if anion exchange chromatography is performed, negatively charged sample components will interact more with the stationary phase and will be exchanged for like charged ions. That means negatively charged ions only, which are already bounded to the polymer matrix. Important properties of ion exchangers are resins. These ion exchangers or resins are insoluble in water and organic solvents like CCl4, benzene, chloroform, etc. They are complex in nature, usually polymeric in nature. They possess active ions or counter ion that are easily exchanged with ions, other ions. Other ions means which are present in the solutions. They are big organic molecules having high molecular mass, open and permeable molecular structure, acidic and basic groups attached to them. Coming to the types of ion exchangers. We have two types here. One is cation and another one is anion exchangers. The cation exchangers are nothing but a high molecular weight cross-linked polymer having a groups that is a sulfonic, carboxylic or phenolic, etc. as an integral part of the resin. As an integral part of the resin and equivalent amount of cations. Equivalent amount of cations are attached to this cation exchangers. These have negatively charged exchanger. Okay, these cation exchangers are nothing but a exchanger in which they have negatively charged exchanger with positively charged mobile counter ion are available for exchange. In cation exchange resins, hydrogen ions are mobile and exchangeable with other cation, and the anion remain attached to the resin or a polymeric matrix. So, cation exchangers contain acidic groups. For that reason, these cation exchange resins are called as acidic ion exchangers. That is, cation exchange resins contains a functional groups are acidic in nature. That's why it is called as cations, acidic ion exchangers. When a salt solution, take a salt solution, pass through the cation exchanger which is taken in a column, the hydrogen ions of the resin contains hydrogen ions, enter the solution and cations of the salt get attached to the resin. You can observe in this reaction the hydrogen ions which are present in the resin, okay, exchange with the sodium ions, that is a cation which is present in the solution, so that they are exchanged. Sodium ion is attached to the resin now, okay, and that negatively charged ions here, that is a SO3 minus, is retained to the polymer matrix only. There is no changes in the SO3 minus ions. So, strong cation exchange resins consists of SO3 minus group and weak cation exchange resins consists of a group like carboxylic, that is a CO minus, phenolic OH minus or SOH minus, etc. Let us see some commonly available cation exchangers. Amberlite IR120. This exchanger contains a functional group, that is a SO3H here, and framework material here in this case is a styrene or divinyl benzene. In DOX here also SO3H has a functional group and the framework material is same, that is styrene divinyl benzene. Zerolit here also same functional group and framework material. SC cellulose here it is C2H4SO3H and the framework material is cellulose here. Amberlite IRC50 here the functional group is COOH and framework material is methacrylic acid. The next one CM, here the functional group is CH2COOH and the framework material is cellulose fibrous. Coming to the next type, anion exchangers. An anion exchanger is a polymer consisting amine or quaternary ammonium groups. This is one important point in this anion exchanger. That means they are having a amine or quaternary ammonium groups as integral part of the resin, and an equal amount of Cl minus, SO4 2 minus, OH minus ions which are mobile and exchangeable. The exchange reactions with other ions in solution can be written as follows. So here the resin in which it contains a quaternary ammonium groups and it is exchanged with a other groups in the solutions of same charge, that is SO4 2 minus, so that the exchange of similar ions takes place in both the reactions. We can observe here in the second example we can see the OH minus with the Cl, so that the exchange of OH and Cl takes place in this reaction. Coming to the commonly available anion exchanger. Here Amberlite IRA 400, here the functional group is quaternary ammonium group and framework material is styrene divinyl benzene only, and in the Zerolit FFIP second ion exchanger, that is anion exchanger, here also the functional group is quaternary ammonium group and the framework material is styrene divinyl benzene. Let us see some basic requirements of useful resins. For the selection of resin, it should have to fulfill these following points. A useful resin must be sufficiently hydrophilic in nature to permit diffusion of ions through the structure at finite and usable rate. It must be sufficiently cross-linked to have only negligible solubility, and next this resin must be chemically stable. It must contain sufficient number of accessible ion exchange groups. It should have sufficient number of ion exchangeable groups, and the next reversibility and no permanent change in structure. This is also one important requirement. When this resin swollen, it must be denser than the water. These are basic requirements of useful resin. Coming to the revision of this session, we have discussed about the ion exchange chromatography. In that we have discussed background, who invented this ion exchange chromatography and all those things. Next, definition of ion exchange chromatography, principle, properties of ion exchangers or resins, and we have also discussed types of ion exchangers. In that we have discussed cation and anion exchangers, and also we have discussed basic requirements of useful resins. These are some of the references. Thank you.